We are going to make us a wine cork snowman, and you will need wine corks, and you can use recycle and upcycle your wine corks. Some empty ribbon spools, this will be for his hat, and you will need a fabric of your choice or some felt squares and your hot glue gun. These wine corks came from Amazon. I will have a link down below in the description box for the Amazon store, and you can click on that and it'll take you there, and you can get these for a very reasonable price. If you're lucky, you either drink wine or you have a friend who will give you their wine corks. So let's get started with assembling. Our first set is going to be 6 corks wide. Our next 2 sets will be 5 corks wide, and then the next 2 sets will be 4 corks wide. So that's what we'll need to make his body. And basically, you'll just want to begin gluing them side by side. And it really only takes a small amount of glue. And just keeping them lined up is the main thing. And just keep going until you get them all glued in a row. Now at this point, you should have 2 rows of 4, 2 rows of 5, and 1 row of 6. This is for his body, so we can set those aside. Now we need to work on his head. We will need 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 3, and 1 row of 2. And the best way to assemble these is I have my row of 4. Once I've glued this on one side, and I place that glue there, I'm going to buckle it to the adjoining one. To get this one to this one, glue it to the singular first. And when you place your glue there, that way you can get a better attachment to the next cork. And you can turn the cork as you need it. Now once you've got those glued together and gotten them straight, what I do is I put security glue, or what I call glue insurance. And that's, I go through there and I put a spot of glue. Once that dries, I will roll it over and do the very same thing on this side. And that will just help give them a better adhesion so that we make sure that they are firmly glued into place. Now for his head, you should have 1 row of 4, 2 rows of 3, and 1 row of 2. Now it's time to assemble our snowman. So now we're going to put together our wine cork snowman. The 6th row is our main body that's in the center of our snowman. So we need a row of 4, a row of 5, a row of 6, a row of 5, and then a row of 4. And you'll glue those together, and that's going to form his body. Now when you begin assembling your snowman, because the touch is going to be here in that area, I would recommend the way that I do it is I place glue on each side of the cork, and then if I need to, I can go back and put glue insurance. So I'm just doing it on the areas where I know that that cork will most likely sit. And you can tell right away. If you're using Surebonder glue, this is going to be a quick adhesion. You're not going to have any trouble. Now once you get that assembled, I would recommend that let that cool a little bit. Go back and just go in there and put a small shot in between each of the corks, because the very detailed point on the Surebonder mini glue gun will allow you to do that. And it's just like a hummingbird beak. It can really get in those little small crevices. Now our next row for our snowman that we want to put on this is our number 6 row. That is our middle section, and we're building our snowman. And you'll just continue assembling just as before. This is the 20-watt cordless mini glue gun that is on the charging cradle. It does have a silicone pad here to catch any drips, and they immediately will be slid right off. As long as it's plugged into this cradle, it will keep its charge. The great thing about this little glue gun is you have your power adapter cord, which is 6 feet long, and as long as it's resting in this cradle, it's going to keep charging, and you see the red light on to indicate it is on, but it has an on and off switch. So just by that little flip, no light, you can actually keep this plugged in, and it's just fine, and turn it on when you're ready to use it. Allow approximately 5 minutes for your glue gun to heat up. It does have a silicone cover over the tip to prevent you from getting burnt. It also has side fins. This keeps the gun from getting a backup of glue. It has a silicone plunger as well as a silicone plastic pusher. This one uses the mini glue sticks. You will also find this in my Amazon store. So the link down below for the Amazon store, you can click on it. You'll be able to find the corks there if you need them. Definitely the Surebonder glue gun, and most of all, most importantly, the Surebonder glue sticks. They are manufactured in the USA. Surebonder is the largest glue stick manufacturer in the United States, and they have a superior resin that makes these glue sticks. There is none other that can compare that does as great a job. You have a quick cooling cycle, so as soon as you glue it, in no time at all, it adheres right then. As far as tack, takes very few minutes to cool down, and voila, you are set on go. So now we've got our snowman's body done. To assemble his head, we're going to do that in the same order. We will need 3, 4, 3, and then 2. And I recommend putting that together, and once you do, you will, of course, attach it to the body. Don't forget to put your glue insurance in between each of the joints, and I do it each row as I put them together. Now, in looking at my snowman, he just didn't look finished, and I realized I forgot to add 3 corks down here at the bottom. So in looking back at the inspirational picture on Pinterest, you need 3 more for the base, making a total of 39 wine corks that you will need to make your snowman. We now have our snowman assembled. You can pick a favorite side, and we're going to place that out of our way for the time being and bring our ribbon spool up here. I have some black felt that I'm going to use to make his hat. Now this particular top hat that I'm making, I know it seems odd at this moment, but you'll understand once we do this. You're actually going to take one side off. The other side, you want to take it with a pair of scissors and go ahead and cut it against that cardboard round, and just take that whole area and even it up. And now we have, basically, this is going to be our hat. The easiest way on this disc is to go ahead and cut your felt or fabric the width of your disc, and this piece you're going to glue straight down to the disc. Now you want to trim it off the outside perimeter, and the best way to do that, so that you can tell what is what, you can actually take and rub it. Now a little trick that you can use is take your black magic marker and just run it right through that area, and that will cover it up and color it in, so that if the edge of your spool is showing, that will mask it and make it blend right in. Okay, now to finish our snowman, I've got some ribbon here. We've got his hat made, and we need to add him a scarf and a little brim around his hat. Okay, for our final step, I've added some berries and a little bit of greenery to my little top hat for my snowman. And we've already added his scarf out of the same, his hat band and his scarf match. So now we can take his hat and glue it atop of there, and we will be done with our snowman. And voila, we have our beautiful little Wine Cork Snowman. He's absolutely adorable. Very, very pleased with my snowman. All right, guys, go grab those wine corks and make your high-end holiday decor snowman. He is absolutely adorable, and I enjoyed bringing you guys along with me. Make sure that if you like this video to give it a thumbs up. It lets me and YouTube know that you enjoyed it and would like to see more of the like. And consider subscribing to the channel. Become part of my DIY team. Everyone who subscribes to my channel is part of my DIY team. So read the comments and suggestion boxes and see what you guys have offered for inspiration and to help others. So everybody, have a Merry Christmas. Till the next DIY, I'll be crafting y'all. Bye, guys.